Hello everyone, my name is Brishen from Sensei KS and we are here with Vulcan for Cloud9.
Hello,
Vulcan,
hello.
how are you feeling right now coming back to the LTA?
Good. I'm glad to be back. We traveled a little bit going to Brazil and then Korea for boot camp, so it's good to be back home and preparing for split two.
Okay, perfect. Well, my first question, in the previous split developed very quickly, with the LTA lasting 1 month and the first time taking an entire week only. And what are your thoughts of this fast-paced tournament at the beginning of the year?
Yeah, it's a bit challenging, especially when some teams are dealing with visa issues. We had some cases of like someone being sick, and obviously that can always happen in important games. But when everything's so fast paced, if something like that happens, that's like a bit outside of your control. It can feel a bit unlucky. Loki and Blabber, right before a match against CL, they both like had issues. Blabber was feeling sick, like he was so tired, and Loki's back was like paining him very much. So that's like the excuses that we're making for not winning against TL. Um, but no, on the serious note, I think it being fast paced, um, it's it's okay. I think if the format is good, then being fast paced doesn't really matter. It's cool to have fast tournaments to play quickly. I don't mind too much. But when the format could be improved, on top of it being fast paced, I think it just shows the weakness of the format a bit more, maybe.
Okay, perfect. At this moment, we know that the Fearless Draft will remain in the place of both of MSI and Words. How do you feel about the Fearless Draft so far? And has this format has been a challenge for you?
No, I wouldn't say that the format has been a challenge. I think for best of three, it's something I enjoy. I haven't played a best of five yet. We didn't make the finals, and that was the only best of five that was played in NA. So not sure how that will be. I have a feeling at best of five when it goes to game 4 and 5. Um, I feel like it'll be a bit more randomness to it. Obviously, you can't really set it random when like you're drafting the champions, you need to be able to play a lot of champions. But it feels like you're in a scenario that doesn't happen often. It's hard to practice, against a specific team. Game 4 and 5, everyone has different champion pools. It's a lot of different factors. It's not randomness exactly, but it feels hard to replicate in practice on those kind of things. So best of five, I'm a little bit cold on, I could say. But best of three, I enjoy a lot. I think best of three fearless is very fun to play. Obviously fun to watch for all the viewers, so that's good. Yeah, I'm glad it's gonna be there for the whole year.
Okay, okay. In the last split, Cloud9 demonstrates an impressive level of play, finishing at the second best team of the LTA Norte and reaching the semifinals from the LTA. What are your expectations for yourself and for your team in this new split?
Our expectations are to win. That's the only way to make it to MSI, and obviously that's the goal for everyone here. And yeah, I mean we came close. We went to game three against TL. I think if we had like a different draft, maybe we come out on top that day and then we play the finals against one of the teams and probably win that too. So I think, it's not like many things that needed to change for us to make it there and win the trophy. Obviously, we were in the semifinals and we lost, so we weren't like all that close. But I think, if we had tweaked a couple of things, I think we have a good enough group of people, a good enough roster to win the trophy. So yeah, that's our expectations. And we just have to keep working, make sure we balance well with the fact that yeah, it was a faith based format rather. We went to Brazil, we went to Korea, so we're trying to manage that and not burn ourselves out, but at the same time keep the rhythm, keep practicing, stay on top of our game. Not don't get too confident, even though I feel like we've been playing pretty well as a team. We still need to keep pushing and keep improving because that's what the other teams are doing as well. But yeah, expectations first place for sure.
Okay, okay, perfect. For this split, we heard some change in the format in the LTA, starting with the best of one series before moving into rough stage and playing best of three. What do you think about this format change? Do you believe we could make this split more exciting?
Yes, I mean it's hard because I think obviously the LTA and Mark Z had constraints that they have to deal with, so they can't do exactly the format that they want and that the fans want. I think they had a limited amount of studio days, and they managed to increase that already. So I think the LTA is doing everything in their power. Obviously, it would be nice if it was best of three rather than best of one, but it is what it is. And to be honest, I'm like low key excited to play best of ones again against every team. That's like almost comfort for me. And that's how I played, my first, I don't know, 4 or 5 years of LCS. So yeah, it's okay for me.
Okay, okay, perfect. Now this is split obviously with the change, and now it is a most extensive split. Undoubtedly, is very different from the split one compared. Based on your experience and what you have seen from other teams, which bowling duo do you think could give you and for you and Sven a trollish challenge?
I think it has to be TL. They obviously played the best in playoffs last split. Um, I think Yon is in super good form right now, and they are the lane that like push their advantages most and try to squeeze in every little thing that they can. Um, Obviously, FlyQuest's bowling is very good as well, but I think their strengths are kind of different. So for us as a bowling, it's harder to lane against TL, so they'll be the biggest challenge for us.
Okay, perfect. And now, for last question, what message would you like to send to Cloud9 fans who support you both in the north and the south?
Yeah, to the Cloud9 fans, thank you for cheering for us. We haven't won a trophy in a little bit, so as I said earlier, that's our expectations, that's our goal. We're doing everything we can, to go back to that level and play a game that the fans can be proud of and what the Cloud9 fans deserve. So we're working hard here, and I hope you guys will watch our journey and support us when we play and eventually lift the trophy. So thank you guys.
Okay, thank you so much, Vulcan, and good luck in the next games, and good luck the next week with the start of the LTA.
Thank you.